Hey everyone, this is Cindy. I think this may be day 8 of the 100-day project, but either way, we're still doing a project today. And I've been working on this use it or lose it journal. Did I say that right? Lose it or use it. It's just a journal I made, put 5 signatures in it. I just want to use up things that whenever I'm going through my ephemera and I find something and I keep passing over it over and over, that I don't ever pick it for a journal. I want to start filling up this journal with that. So it's just going to be odds and ends and it's going to be fun. So anyway, and we're also using this for this project. So it's getting some pretty neat things. Today I thought I would work on fabric tabs, and I put one on already. And I had put some of these in a journal I made recently. I'm not sure I've done that flip through or not because I have a pile of about 10 journals I got to do flip throughs on. But basically it was fabric with another fabric on top of it, and it's hand stitched, and then I had some sort of dangle on it. And I'm putting these on with the option that I could add more later, so I can add to that loop. So anyway, I will show you one I already have done that's not glued in. So basically it's like this, just 2 pieces of fabric, 2 different sizes. As you can tell, I didn't have a template or anything I was using to make sure everything was precisely the same size. It could be done though. You could have 2 different like chipboard templates that you would trace around on your fabric, then cut it out. So as an option, but I just kind of hand cut it. I was watching TV the other night going through my fabric. So anyway, I just stitched it by hand, and then I add this little dangle thing here that, like I said, has options because it's got that loop at the bottom. I can dangle more things from it. So I thought I would sew one real quick. And well, before I do that, let's cut out 2 more because I made 3 and then I realized later, oh, this is a 5 signature journal, so I was too short. So this fabric is from the lining of the book, so I thought I'm going to do every other one from the fabric from the front of the cover and then fabric from the inside cover. So I think I'm just going to take this and, oh dear, where's my pictures? Did I think to get them handy? Yep, right here. Okay, good. I'm just going to lay it on there and just kind of roughly cut it the same size. And I need 2 of these. So here's the first one. And then we'll do 1 more. Just moving it along the fabric. And you can see I've got the smaller piece of fabric pinned onto the tab. And I just did that while I was sitting there in front of the TV so I can match things up. You know, that these 2 colors go together. So I have this gold on that gold, and then I found in that same stash some green. So I'm going to put this green on here, and I'm not going to undo that to take this off. I have to watch because we got a seam there. So I'm going to try to do it from here. And yes, I'm just going to cut one. I think it'll be about the right size. And then I'm going to cut the ends off. I don't want it super big on here. I want to be able to see that background fabric. I just need a little something, and that's good. So I'll do another one. Like I said, you could take a template and trace around and then cut them out as you go, but I just freehand cut mine. Okay, so those 2 are ready, but let's go ahead and sew the one I've got matching thread ready for, and it's right here. And I'm going to sit down. I've been standing up. And if I can get my needle and thread straightened out. There we go. Oops, dropped it. Let me sit down, and that will help. Okay. Don't want to undo it. And I just do a simple running stitch on this. I just want it to look like homemade, fussy stitched. What do they call it? Slow stitch. I think it should be called fussy stitched. We have fussy cutting, and we should have fussy stitching. I guess this isn't fussy stitching though. Regular embroidery, the pretty stuff, would be fussy stitching. So I want to go ahead and take that pin out. And I just do a running stitch like I said, and I'm not taking pains to make the stitches the same length or anything like that. Of course, you could do whatever you want and how you want to do it. You could do it on the sewing machine as well. I thought that earlier. If you watched my video earlier, oh, I should show it. Let me grab one. I think I can get to it. Yeah, I was working on these. I finally got my sewing machine to work. I changed out the top thread and it worked fine. So that's what those would look like with the regular zigzag stitching around them. So if you watch yesterday's video, you know what a disaster that was. So normally I would just do these at night when I'm watching TV. I mean, might do some in the day, but I would just try to, this is definitely a good hand project for the TV. I know that because I just finished vacuuming my living room with all the little scraps of fabric that made it to the floor from my box. But maybe you guys aren't as messy as I am. But I did clean out that box of fabric scraps quite a bit. I organized some for a cover sometime in the future, a ragged cover. I got things out of it that needed to be refiled, like zippers and Velcro and some tag topper strings and stuff. So it was a success. Okay. Plus I made a bunch of these tabs. You can see another set I have here that I started sewing that night and decided, no, I need to be working on these instead. So I'm just making those up for just whatever journal I find that they'll be ready for. And I find that I like having a solid piece, either solid background or solid centerpiece here, because it takes away too much from the pattern. Like this one, I didn't want to take away, I got them all pinned together with the needle. Okay. I didn't want, you know, I had to use a larger piece so that I could see both patterns. So if this was solid, and then this would show up better. So but I was just using what scraps I had, and that works fine. Okay, now that I've got that on, I'm going to sew on the dangle here, and then I'll have 3 ready to go. Just going to put a knot in here. I know there's easier ways to make knots, but I never have figured it out. I just now figured out how to do the magic circle in crochet, and I've watched videos on it forever, and finally think I got it figured out. Okay, just going through that top loop, and I'm picking the loop, I say loop, it's metal loop. I'm picking the one I think my thread will stay in and not slip out of. And just go through, I go through a couple of times, just like you're sewing on a button. Yep, I guess I had it, yep. And then, of course, I'm using, this is 3 strands of embroidery floss as my thread, and that every time I go through, it's like I'm going through with 3 different strings, so I think it will be stay on enough threads to keep it on. Of course, you'll be putting glue to sew this, to glue this to the page, so it'll be reinforced with the glue as well. Okay, put that over there. All right, how are we going to put it on here? I need to be in the 3rd signature. This one's in the 1st, and I didn't put it on the 1st page because, you know, you don't need a tab to get to the 1st page. So if I'm doing every other one with the different fabrics, then this next one up will be in the 3rd signature. So there's the 1st signature, 2nd, now here's the 3rd. And once again, I probably don't want it on the 1st page, but this 3rd page would be great. And I need to think about the lining, how these are going to line up. So like there's 2, let's say, and this would be a 3rd one, and say a 4th one. I know these aren't the right colors, but just trying to get an idea. So I think the 3rd one definitely will put it in the center. And then the other 2, then I'll put one at the bottom. Then I'll just put the other 2 halfway between these. If that makes any sense at all. Okay. And I want to add more dangles to these, so that's something like I said we'll revisit. I don't know if I said that or not. I was thinking it. We'll revisit it in another video. Come on, get down there. Okay. So I'm just putting some glue on those strings. Hold that bead on. Okay. I'm gonna stand up and make sure I get the center, and I'm gonna make sure I don't get another page. That looks pretty decent. Just fix it so that that bead kind of dangles off the end of it. And I really need to stick it out just a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so there's another tab. So we have 2, and I have this one ready to go. So let's go ahead and put it on. We'll just go ahead and put it on. So it's going to be on the last signature, and it's going to be at the bottom. Let's decide which page. This is a pretty firm page, and it's towards the front, so we'll put it on that one. Just get some glue. Then I'll just have to finish 2 more. Okay, oh, I wasn't saying anything. I was thinking about my dog. How I'm almost out of doggy treats. It's weird, the things that go through your brain, right? Okay, had nothing to do with fabric dabs. Just gonna make sure that's on the end and stick it out a little bit. And there we go. So we've got 3 ready. Yeah, I don't think those will be pretty with something hanging down. And I will finish the other 2, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye.